Imagine stepping into a world where every remark has the power to ignite a firestorm, every jab hides a deeper story, and every fight isn't just a bout in the cage, but a dramatic saga unfolding in real time. In the realm of MMA, where rivalries run deep and controversies lurk around every corner, tonight's story takes us from a riotous comedy roast to jaw-dropping moments in the octagon that left fans questioning everything they thought they knew. What if the very event meant to entertain turned into a catalyst for an explosive series of events both in and out of the fight game? This isn't just about a night of laughs or a fight, it's about the unpredictable crossroads where humor collides with raw aggression, insider tactics blend with public spectacle, and every fighter's story is steeped in both passion and peril. Hold on tight, because what we're about to uncover will challenge the way you see every knockout, every heated exchange, and every whispered rumor in the MMA universe. Last night, a seemingly offbeat comedy roast in Lafayette morphed into a full-blown spectacle when the legendary Dustin Poirier found himself at the center of a storm of biting wit and unexpected barbs. Instead of the usual friendly ribbing, the event spiraled into a moment of pure, unfiltered energy as fighters traded quips and challenges that had the audience on the edge of their seats. With Poirier's status as a celebrated fighter, his willingness to engage in the roast was both a nod to his sense of humor and a challenge to the very culture of MMA. What made the night even more compelling was the way the roast blurred the lines between jest and genuine intensity. Viewers weren't sure if they were watching a comedy show or a prelude to an intense confrontation inside the cage. And as one fighter boldly declared, "I ain't scared of you," it became clear that every word was charged with meaning, an invitation to a deeper conflict yet to unfold. But that wasn't the whole story, as behind the laughter and roasts lay hints of unresolved tensions and rivalries that hinted at bigger things to come.
Dustin, hold on, Dustin. I don't want to fight you. Actually, I ain't scared of you, bro. I know how to take you down, bro. All I gotta do is get behind the title. You'll never reach me.
The energy of that night wasn't confined to the comedy stage. Just hours later, at UFC Vegas, the atmosphere reached a fever pitch as Manel Kape etched his name into the record books with a third-round TKO that ended an astonishing 17-fight winning streak. In a display that was as much a testament to his evolving skill set as it was a declaration of his rising dominance, Kape's performance wasn't just a win, it was a seismic shift in the flyweight division. With every strike and every calculated move, he not only dispatched his opponent, but also sent shockwaves through the MMA community. Fans, critics, and fellow fighters alike were left to grapple with the reality that the sport was entering a new era, one where traditional power dynamics were being upended by sheer determination and technical mastery. Kape's victory ignited discussions on social media and within locker rooms across the country. His confident declaration that he was too much for his next challenge hinted at a fighter who was poised to rewrite the rules of engagement in the octagon. And just when it seemed like his rise was the only story of the night, whispers of controversy and heated debates began circulating, ensuring that the night's events were far from over.
See myself in another level. I'm in a good timing right now in my career, and I knew he's not gonna be able to stop me, and I'll be too much for him. This guy come with 70 win streaks. All fights in UFC was dominate. He didn't lose any round. I don't just say that I'm the biggest. Everybody saw this. Everybody feel the difference of levels of the fights, the confidence, you know.
Amid the roaring cheers in Vegas, a separate yet equally explosive drama was unfolding on social media, a moment that quickly turned into one of the most talked about incidents in recent MMA history. During an already charged bout, a poke incident sparked immediate outrage and division among fans and fighters. What started as a fleeting moment of questionable sportsmanship escalated into a heated exchange online, with voices on both sides weighing in on what many called a turning point for the sport. One fighter, known for his no-holds-barred attitude, openly criticized the incident by comparing it to a symbolic gesture that could undermine the very integrity of competition. The ensuing dialogue was a roller coaster of passionate defenses and blistering critiques, with some labeling the eye poke as an act of desperation, while others saw it as a calculated move designed to unbalance the opponent. Adding fuel to the fire was a veteran's commentary, suggesting that such incidents were not isolated but symptomatic of deeper issues within MMA, issues that hinted at a growing rift between what was was celebrated in the cage and what was quietly condemned behind the scenes. As the debate raged on, viewers were left to wonder, was this just a one-off incident or a signal of a broader shift in the sport's ethical boundaries? No discussion of MMA drama would be complete without diving into the seething cauldron of rivalries and trash talk that fuels the fire of this brutal sport. In a series of interviews and social media exchanges, some of the sport's most outspoken figures launched relentless verbal jabs that were as entertaining as they were provocative. Fighters like William Muhammad Magomed didn't hold back, calling out perceived dishonesty and even questioning the authenticity of rival fighters' actions. One memorable exchange had Magomed accusing his adversary of being a dirty person who thrived on deceit, a remark that resonated deeply with a fan base eager for no-holds-barred honesty. Even seasoned commentators and former fighters joined in, dissecting every phrase and gesture with surgical precision. This wasn't just idle banter, it was a raw, unfiltered look into the psychological warfare that underpins every matchup. The language was vivid and unapologetic, with each fighter laying down their challenge in a tone that left little room for ambiguity. Phrases like, "I'm coming to kill you," and "I'll be there until the crowds leave," weren't just hyperbolic. They were a reflection of a subculture where every insult carried a kernel of truth. And as the verbal sparring reached fever pitch, it set the stage for strategic adjustments and unforeseen alliances that would soon become the talk of the town.
Felt that he's a dirty person. You know, he's a dirty person, he's a fake person.
While the verbal exchanges and spontaneous controversies captured the immediate attention of fans, a more cerebral layer of the fight game was unfolding behind the scenes. Experts and insiders began to offer tactical breakdowns of the night's events, analyzing every move with the precision of a chess master. Renowned voices like Robert Whitaker weighed in on the strategies that defined the night, suggesting that even the most incendiary trash talk was underpinned by a complex interplay of technique, timing, and psychological warfare. Whitaker's insights highlighted a shift in the sport, a move away from raw aggression alone and towards a more nuanced, strategic approach that required fighters to think on their feet. According to him, the art of striking wasn't just about physical power, it was about reading the opponent, anticipating reactions, and using every moment as an opportunity to unsettle and dominate. These expert analyses offered viewers a glimpse into a world where every punch, every kick, and every provocative statement was part of a larger tactical plan, and as the night's events were dissected in post-fight interviews and fan forums, it became clear that behind the raw intensity of the fights was a game of intellect, a battle as cerebral as it was physical. Yet, even this measured discussion couldn't completely silence the more chaotic, unpredictable elements that were still simmering beneath the surface.
First and foremost, I love how Ankalaev is just like setting death threats, dude. What is it? I love it because it's not corny. It's not thing. He's just like full locked in, bro. I'm coming to kill you. Like that's it. You see every stand-up fight Pereira is in, every single one of them. Even when he's hurt, even when he's getting hit, like when he was with Roundtree.
Yep.
He's just comfortable there.
Mm-hmm.
He'll stay there.
Beneath the glitz of high-octane matchups and dramatic storylines lies a harsher truth that many in the MMA world know all too well. The sport is as unforgiving as it is exhilarating. In a candid discussion that resonated deeply with fighters and fans alike, voices like Michael Bisping and Darren Till painted a stark picture of a world where every victory comes at a price. They spoke openly about the brutal reality that no matter how dominant you are in the cage, time and fate have a way of turning even the greatest champions into what they call used goods. It's a sentiment that cuts through the bravado and hype, a reminder that in MMA, every fighter eventually faces the grim truth of wear, injury, and exploitation. These conversations, raw and unfiltered, struck a chord with a community that often sees only the glamorous highlights of the sport. They reminded everyone that behind every knockout and every headline, there's a human being who has sacrificed everything for a fleeting moment of glory. And while the fighters' words were harsh, they carried an undeniable authenticity, a warning that the very system that elevates you can just as easily discard you. Yet even in the midst of such brutal honesty, there was an undercurrent of defiance, a determination to fight not just for victory, but for the integrity of the sport they love. As the discussions drew to a close, fans were left pondering the true cost of ambition and the price of glory in a world that spares no one.
At the end of the day, we're all just selfish in this game, and it's like, I think ultimately, you know, Michael, after fighting, what you've done is clever, and I'm trying to do is, you've got to look past it, because this game will chew you up and eat you out. these promoters, these people, they really don't care about you. The coaches, none of them care about you. Deep down, they care about the kids.
It's not even about promoters. It's just the sport. It's fighting. That's what it is. Yeah. You come along, you do well, you can dominate, you can be a champion, you can be whatever the you want. Eventually, you're going to be damaged or used goods and just kicked out the other side.
With the night's explosive events still echoing in the minds of fans and fighters alike, attention quickly turned to what the future holds for the MMA landscape. The buzz isn't just about past controversies or the latest knockout, it's about the next big showdown that could redefine a fighter's legacy. Rumors are swirling about an imminent clash between rising star Paddy Pimblett and the ever-determined Michael Chandler, a matchup that promises not only high-stakes drama, but also a collision of contrasting styles and philosophies. Observers are already debating the possible outcomes, with some insisting that this fight could cement the future hierarchy of the sport, while others see it as a chance for an underdog to turn the tables on established reputations. As insiders whisper about training regimens, strategic tweaks, and potential alliances that might form in the lead up to the fight, it's clear that every moment leading to the bout is being scrutinized with fervor. Even the veteran commentators, who have seen it all before, are predicting that the dynamics of this matchup will leave an indelible mark on the sport. And with every fighter's career now interwoven with the promise of upcoming battles, the narrative of MMA is once again poised for a dramatic transformation, one that will keep fans coming back for more, always hungry for the next twist in a story that refuses to be predictable.
A weird thing, and it does put you in a tough spot. There's a fight that just got announced, and I happen to see these guys meet. Somebody had a camera going, and I happen to watch it, but it's Michael Chandler versus Paddy the Baddy.
Oh, yeah, that announcement.
Yeah, and Paddy was so excited to meet him. Chandler'd been around, and he'd already his wars with Eddie, and he signed to the UFC. He's making a bunch of money, and Paddy was brand new. He was just coming over here. And people didn't know if they should take him serious, or he was just the guy with the funny haircut. And anyway, they meet, and you could see the genuine excitement that Paddy had. And so Paddy walks away, and they keep filming on Michael Chandler. And they said to him, they go, what would happen if you guys end up matching up? And Chandler goes, it would never happen. I'm so close to the end. He's brand new. By the time he works his way into the top 5, I'll be long gone. And Chandler was earmarked to have the big payday with Conor McGregor, where he was only going to have to do this 1 or 2 more times.
Right.
But now here we are, and they signed that fight.
Crazy.
As we wrap up this deep dive into the wild and unpredictable world of MMA, it's impossible not to feel both exhilarated and reflective. We began with a night of audacious roasts that shattered expectations, witnessed a fighter's meteoric rise in Vegas that redefined his division, and followed a trail of controversies that turned a fleeting moment into a catalyst for heated debates. From the raw trash talk that exposed the inner psyche of the combatants, to the intricate tactical insights that revealed the true nature of strategy in the octagon, every piece of tonight's story has contributed to a larger narrative about ambition, betrayal, and the unforgiving reality of the sport. It's a saga where humor meets hard-hitting truth, where every high-stakes battle is both a celebration and a cautionary tale of the price of glory. And as future fights loom on the horizon, each promising to add a new chapter to this ever-evolving drama, the question remains, how far will these warriors push the limits of passion and perseverance? Share your thoughts in the comments, join the conversation, and subscribe for more insider insights into a world where every fight is a story, and every story is a fight for survival. Because in MMA, the drama never really ends. It only gets more intense.